Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the original Schuyler Bible. Okay, this is a fun one. We're going to take a trip down memory lane and look at the very first Bible from Schuyler Bibles. They are, today one of the premier Bible publishers in the world. Whenever I post a video about a Bible from Schuyler, it gets more likes and people are excited to see what they're doing. And they just make incredible Bibles, and it's really cool to see where they started. This is their original Bible. It's an ESV edition of the Bible using a text block from Crossway. They did some really special features with it. And so back in 2012, Schuyler got their start. It started out as evangelicalbible.com, which is a website where you could buy all sorts of different Bibles, and then they kind of created their own brand with Schuyler, and this is where it got started. It's really cool to see how this compares to other Bibles from different publishers, but also to compare it to what Schuyler's doing now and how far they've come and the things that they're doing differently. So I wanted to show this to you. Yes, this is part of my Catch and Release series, which is a series of videos where I show you some of the coolest Bibles from my library, and then I offer to sell them to someone else. So I'm going to tell you at the end of the video, if you're interested in that, I'm going to tell you at the end of the video how we're going to do it. It's something different this time. So it's very cool. So let's just take a look at this Bible in particular and just kind of show you what it looks like. So first things first, you notice that it says Holy Bible really large on the cover of this Bible. I actually like that. It's a bold look. They did not use the Jerusalem cross on the cover, but you'll notice that is on the lower spine. So they were using that emblem as their logo from the very beginning. You see on the spine, instead of raised spine hubs, they did tooled ribs on the spine here. And then they did perimeter stitching around the outside, these really, really skinny yellow ribbons. Love that. And the piece of goatskin on this Bible, y'all, is just absolutely fantastic. You can see these big wide open veins. There's some pebble in there, but it's more of a veiny open piece of goatskin. It's very thick, very floppy. It looks really sharp. On the inside, it's got this really nice, you can see the stitching there from the perimeter stitch, some pretty simple corner work. It's got like a synthetic liner. Tell me if that reminds you of something. I'm going to come back to, you think about that. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. So it's really clean, really simple, but it looks fantastic. It's a very, very to me, this Bible feels great in hand. Like it feels sturdy, it feels substantial, but you can definitely feel the quality. And this is 9 years old and has been heavily used, and you'll see that in a moment. So opening this up, now this is used. I did not write these notes in here. There's not any writing in this Bible, but there's a ton of highlights, and this person created a key with the highlighter. Really interesting. But it has presentation pages, it has kind of normal stuff. It's just a Crossway text block on the inside. You get in here, and so now you think Schuyler is doing the Quintel and the Traveris and the Canterbury. They're creating all of their own text blocks, but back in the day, they were using other text blocks, kind of like some of the other publishers do now. So here you see it's the New Classic Reference Special Edition, which is now R.L. Allen takes the Classic Reference Edition, and they do the New Classic Reader's Reference Edition. So they have the ESV1 is the original Classic Reference Edition from Crossway, and then the ESV NC1 is very similar to this Bible. But actually, I think Schuyler kind of beat Allen to using the Crossway text block for this. Prior to this, Allen's reader was the R1, which was the Collins text block. I actually did a catch and release video with one of those Bibles, and this was the Crossway text block, and I don't think Allen started using that for their reader until after Schuyler had already done this. So you see printed in Netherlands. So they went to Royal Youngblood, which was is still the premier printer and binder of premium Bibles around the globe. Really, really beautiful. And then you get into this, and it's just the ESV Classic Reference text block. It is larger, right? So the text block of this Bible is 6 1/4 inches wide by 9 1/8 inches tall. So it's that idea of expanding the Classic Reference Edition. It's only about it's only about 1.5 inches thick, and that's because they used 32 GSM Bible paper. There you see some of the highlights. This person, for some reason, really highlighted all of the headings in 1 Samuel. But 32 GSM paper, it looks really, really great. It's got a nice creamy look and feel to it. You see the text block here, 2-column, center column references. If you've seen me do reviews of these type of Bibles before, you know what that is. But 32 GSM paper looks great. A lot of people talk about Schuyler now has used mostly 28 GSM paper. For a while they used 36. This is kind of right in the middle between those two. This is that text block that has book introductions, really, really classic look and feel of an ESV text block from Crossway, but with a premium binding from Schuyler. I really think that when this Bible came out, it was probably the most premium Bible that was out there as far as the ESV goes, not just from Schuyler. At the back of the Bible, real quick, you'll see that they do have the ESV concordance. And then prior to Schuyler having their own incredible Bible maps, they were just using the maps from the publisher. So it's a pretty simple, pretty clean Bible, but it just looks and feels fantastic. Now I want to bring a couple things. I asked you about the cover. So this is the Cambridge ESV Clarion. Now look at these two Bibles side by side. Do you notice how the goatskin on the cover has that same kind of veiny, it feels very similar. On the inside, it's that same synthetic liner on the inside. So it seems to me like Schuyler, when they got started, said to Royal Youngblood, let's take the vibe of, okay, the Cambridge Clarion, let's expand it and use a different text block, but it has the same kind of perimeter stitching. Look, it has the same tooled spine ribs. So very, very similar to what Cambridge was doing with the Clarion back in the day as far as the feel of the goatskin, the style of the overall binding. Very similar. Now I'm going to bring in, this is the ESV reader, the most up-to-date, the latest ESV reader from Allen. You see it's kind of a totally different look and feel. It's a little bit larger. It has a bigger yap, but it's the same text block. This Schuyler is obviously the 2011 text block because this Bible came out before the 2016 update. It's the same idea. Allen uses 36 GSM paper. Schuyler used 32, so it's a little bit more slender. It's a little slightly smaller on the trim size. Very, very similar Bible. That's actually one of the reasons why I'm going to go ahead and offer this to somebody else, because this was a gift from my parents. Beautiful Bible. As far as me wanting to have a premium 2-column ESV Bible, I also have a Quintel. This is kind of the one that I go to if I want to use this Bible. And so I haven't really been using the Schuyler edition of this. And so as much as it's cool to have kind of like a vintage piece of Bible history, so to speak, I figured I'd let it go. But very, very similar to the R1 or the NC1 from Allen. And then I want to bring in this, which is my copy of the ESV Quintel. So I do have one of the copies that they made in the marbled mahogany calfskin that doesn't have the Jerusalem cross on there. But this, I don't know if you've probably seen me talk about this. It has this incredible piece of calfskin on there where the texture kind of changes. It's very, very beautiful. But this is what they're doing now. So eventually eventually Schuyler said, okay, we're going to design our own text block, and they came up with the Quintel. So you can see 2-column typesetting. It's got some similarities, but they created a big, bold Milo font. Well, they didn't create it, but they used a big, bold Milo font. They have the cross references and the textual notes down here at the bottom of the page as opposed to the inside. This is a really, to me, and they say this, they say they're using the best paper. This 28 GSM paper on the Quintels is more opaque than the 32 GSM paper that they were using almost a decade ago. So, and then of course you come back here to the back and you get these incredibly beautiful Schuyler Bible maps that they had. I think they made these back in 2015. And that's just a huge step up from what you were getting, what you really got from any publishers back then, and definitely today. I mean, it's not crazy different, but they're nice, and the paper that they're on is fantastic. And so just a different look. You see in here, as far as the binding goes, like they move to a full leather liner. You get the gold gild line. The corner work is not that much different, but you also get raised spine hubs. So it's just, they've definitely grown and expanded along the way, but this Bible right here is a piece of Schuyler history. It's the original Bible they did. They made black ones and brown ones. They made them like this, and they also made an edition with creeds and confessions, and it's just a really interesting, different Bible, and it's so cool to have something that kind of shows what Schuyler started as, so we can see where they've come. I think this is really awesome. So that is the original ESV Schuyler Bible, the first Schuyler Bible ever. They followed this up, I think, with an NKJV Bible, and then they continued to expand, but really interesting to see where Schuyler got their start. So, are you interested in purchasing this Bible? So I've done 2 of these already. This is my 3rd one. The first one, I sold the Bible before I even posted the video, and some of you were frustrated with me that I posted this catch and release video and I didn't give you a chance to buy it. The second one, I said, hey, just send me a message if you're interested, and so many people contacted me and wanted to buy this Bible, and I was trying to go back and forth with people and honor the process of who did it first. It was a little bit complicated. So here's what I'm going to do for this ESV Schuyler Bible. When this video goes live, so while you're watching this, the same day that this video goes live, I'm going to post this Bible on eBay. If you just go to eBay and search ESV Schuyler Bible, you will be able to find this Bible on there. I'm not going to do a buy it now or a reserve price or anything. I'm just going to do a starting bid, and you can bid on this Bible, and it's basically whoever bids the highest bid at the end of the auction will win this Bible. It doesn't come with a box. I'll put all the information in the eBay listing. It has some of that writing in it, so it's not perfect. If for some reason, I don't think this Bible is going to like sell for like a ridiculous amount of money. If for some reason it sells for way more than I paid for it, I'm going to go ahead and donate the proceeds to a nonprofit, a Christian nonprofit here in Nashville. So definitely, if you're interested in this Bible, you can check that out on eBay. But really, I wanted you to be able to just see what Schuyler did to get started, because it's really cool just to kind of see what they're all about. I have heard them say, or seen them say on Facebook, that for the 10th anniversary of this Bible in 2022, they're going to do a new run of these. So you can keep that in mind as well. But that is the original Schuyler Bible. I would love to know what you think about this Bible. So drop me a comment, leave me a message, let me know what you think about this. If you have one of these, I would love to see photos. So send me some photos, post those on social media, and tag Bible Review Blog. You can find Bible Review Blog on Instagram and Facebook. So if you haven't liked us on Instagram or followed us, followed us on Instagram or liked us on Facebook, you can do that as well. And while you're here on YouTube, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I have more catch and release videos like this. I have full Bible reviews, comparison videos, lots of Bible related content on my channel. So hit the subscribe button and check out my channel for more stuff just like this. This was a lot of fun for me. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time.